Hi everyone! My first tutorial on the crochet frames, and we're gonna start with the easiest example, and that's just a simple bow stitching. Maybe some of you will know for the new ones or the newbies in crocheting. This is the easiest one to do. Once you know this one, you can start making your own variation and to create the layered ones, but I'll do a tutorial on the layered one as well, just to show you how you do the layering and the attachment with the back posts single crochets. So first I'm going to do a little bit of math. So in order to do the simple one here, your stitches has to be dividable by 4, and this is the reason why. So if this is your circle, so these are your holes, your second row will be single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and in the next row you will create your bows, which are these, and that is in one chain space you will do a single crochet. In the next one you do either 5 or 6 double crochet as you like, depends on the tension of your crocheting. Single crochet, your 6 double crochet, single crochet. So this means that your repetitive pattern is this one. Maybe here you see it better. This is your repetitive pattern, and as you see, this means if you go back to the base, this means 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. If you don't have stitches dividable by 4 in your holes, just increase somewhere along the way in your base round. If you don't, you may not end nicely. What can happen is, for example, if your stitches aren't dividable by 4, you could end up somewhere with 2 double crochets next to each other or 2 bows next to each other, and that's not nicely. It's just something I'm saying and trying to help out and make everything look nicely. I will link my very first tutorial down below or somewhere on the screen. And let's take, now I know this image, this image has 32 holes. The holes are rather far apart, so what I will be doing is I'll be crocheting 2 single crochets, in each stitch. So that makes that I will be having 64 stitches. So as you see, I'm going quite, oops, I was out of frame, I'm sorry. Again, this is my first attempt filming on my own with a tripod. And I hope the camera is focusing. So as you see, as I also will notice, I'm grabbing my tail along the way. And I'm going to go a bit faster, just not to bother you too much. I will going to do this in real time, so that you have an idea how long it will take if you're making one. Just take your time, no worries. My tail has been tucked enough in. I hope it doesn't bother you seeing it in real time. And the crochet hook I'm using is a 1.0 millimeter. See if the camera will show it. It's a very old one. It used to belong to my mother. I think it was upside down. I think for the other countries this means that it's a 10, because there's 1 millimeter and behind there's a 10. If you find this too long to watch in real time, let me know. I could shorten I can shorten my next tutorials then. Maybe you find it boring to watch. Now I could try to speed up the in-between pieces. I could try doing that. I'm sorry, every now still my wrist is still bothering me. It heals really, really slow. Oh yeah, and the crochet yarn I'm using is a DMC Sibylla number 20. It's almost used up. I don't have the label anymore. I'm sorry. I think this is by the way, a discontinued color. I'm not sure, but I do like this one as it has like a coffee dye or. Okay, we reached the end, and we're going to slip stitch now in our first. As you see, sorry, first single crochet, slip stitch, and now we're gonna start 1, 2, chain 3, I'm gonna skip 1 stitch and single crochet. So this is your second round. Again, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, and we are going to single crochet. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, single crochet, and I'm hoping that my camera is not too blurry. Just cut off the remaining 1, 2, 3, skip 1, and we're going to continue this until the end. Easy peasy. I'm sorry, but it's so thin. And if you might hear some snoring in the background, that's my dog. Okay, we're almost there. And we're going to slip stitch on the slip stitch of the previous round. You see, I started here. Focus. Okay, it's focused now. So this is the one you need to stitch, and this is actually the half single crochet that you closed on. So you're gonna close this one again on top of there, and this will create, actually, as you see, it will give you a nice finish. As you have two half single crochets on top of each other, it creates a full single crochet. Now we're gonna slip stitches to slip stitches on top of each other is actually one single crochet. So we're gonna slip stitch in your first chain space. What I'm gonna do is chain 1 to bring up the yarn. It does not count as a stitch. I'm gonna do our first single crochet in your first bow. There we are. Now I'm going to do, let's see, we start with 5, so double crochets, that's yarn over, pull up your yarn, 1 and 2, that's your double crochet. So yarn over, pick up your yarn, pull off 2, pull off 2. Now we have already 4 stitches, 5 stitches, 1 2 3 4 5. Nope, I'm gonna keep it with 6. And we're gonna do single crochet in the next one. This is what you have, and I'm sorry if I really hope it's not too burly. This is not an action cam, so 3 4 5 and 6, and we're gonna single crochet in the next one, and it's as easy peasy as this. 3 4 5 6. Now I do get requests the brand of the dies. Unfortunately, these dies you could only buy them in the action stores, and the action stores are only located in Netherlands, Belgium, France, Germany. There's some stores in Austria as well, and some stores in Poland, and that's it for the time. But they're all looking into enlarging their European market, so who knows, maybe in the future you could find them in other countries. If you're lucky, you can find them in the UK as well. The Range of the Works, they do have these every now and then too, just to give you. And if you can't find them, they're always, if you don't mind, buying on AliExpress. AliExpress has some quite similar dies, but be careful which one you buy, because I did buy a set on Ali, and it did not cut a full circles, but just rings. I did find the rectangle one, and then if you know Crealise, Crealise is a Dutch brand with gorgeous dies, and Crealise has a gorgeous XXL set, going from a small, very small circle with holes to a very big one, and they have them in circles, rectangles, square, and ovals. If I don't forget, I could link the example down below in the description box, so you could still think about ordering the Crealis ones. The Crealis ones aren't that cheap. I think they are around 20 euros for one set, but they do have a lot of dies, and I think the largest one is 19 centimeters, which is almost shy less than 8 inches. And which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to give you an idea where you can find, if you want to make your life easier, and die cut these. Now, if you don't have dies, of course you can do it the old-fashioned way and just poke holes with a needle, and then use, I think you call it a blanket stitch, your first round, and then crochet your first row to it. I'm sorry. See, nervous. Three, 4, 5, and 6. I think I'm crocheting just a little bit too fast so that to able my camera to focus. I'm sorry, it's silent, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're almost there, as you can see. I hope I did it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yep, we finished as we should be. So in the last bow now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there we are, we're finished. You're gonna slip stitch now in your single crochet, I'm sorry, sometimes hard to say crochet. Close up the yarn, and there we are, we have our first one. It's as easy peasy and that, and although it's a very simple edging, it still looks lovely. And now I'm gonna show you how I tuck in my threads. I had already my needle here. I'm going a little bit down here, and if I can grab that little loop there. And what I then do is this, I'm going here, there, see, it's tucking in my thread. And what I like to do then is go back, just to be sure that it's well secured. In fact, I'm going back and forth this way. It will come undone. There, so this is how the back looks. Now this is an image, as I told you in the previous video, this is an unprintable canvas that I buy in my Action store, and then it gets backed up with paper, and that gives me a nice and sturdy image. So here it is, tutorial number 1 on the easy peasy little bows. Hope you like this. Let me know what you think, and I hope the video wasn't too long for you. Thank you all for watching and commenting. I truly appreciate it. Bye.